Hi yogis, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to meet you on the mat. For today's slow, gentle flow, we'll get started on our backs. Just allow the entire body to come down on your mat, feeling grounded and supported by the earth energy. Just take a brief moment here, letting go of what no longer serves you in this moment. For today's practice, we'll move with intention, inviting mindful movements, slowing down, not just physically, but through our thoughts, through our breath, just allowing ourselves to be present here on the mat. Let's take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Two more just like that. Big full belly breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Biggest breath of your day. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, let it go. Returning back to your natural breath. Find a good morning stretch. Reach the arms overhead. Allow the ribs to lift off your mat. Point the toes in another direction. And as you exhale, hug the knees into your chest. Begin to rock side to side, giving your low back a massage. Maybe you start to create small circles with the knees and changing the direction when you feel ready. Coming back to center. Keep the right knee hugged in, extend your left leg long. Really pull that right knee to the right armpit. Maybe you roll out your ankle. Maybe you flex and point your toes. Inhale, squeeze your right knee in a little tighter. Exhale, send it over to the left, finding supine twist. Gaze falls to the right. Resting your left hand on your right knee, or maybe you extend it to a T. Turn your palms towards the ceiling, holding here for about 5 breaths. On your inhale, roll back onto your back, drawing both knees into the chest, and then sending the right leg long. Hug the left knee in this time. Roll out the ankle, point and flex your toe, just feeling into this left side. On your inhale, hug the left knee in. As you exhale, find supine twist. Extending your left arm long, palms towards the ceiling. Find about 5 breaths here. Gently making your way back onto your back. Hug both knees into your chest. Begin to rock side to side and up and down your spine. We'll meet in hero's pose. Bring your knees closer together and separate your feet slightly wider than hip distance. Slowly sitting back onto the mat. An alternative version is to have your knees and feet together and then to sit on the heels rather than in between them. Finding your most comfortable version here. On your inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. As you exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches over, finding a soft, gentle side bend. Inhale through center. Exhale, take it to the other side. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches over. Soften through your shoulders. Inhale through center. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll come onto all fours. And we'll tap the shoelace part of our feet on the mat, just releasing any tension there. Maybe you even tuck your toes, stretching the sole of your foot. Maybe doing one foot at a time. And then switching sides. Making our way to our tabletop pose, find some organic movement here. We'll move through hip circles, drawing the hips all the way towards the ankles, up and around to the top of the mat. Maybe about 3 or 4 circles to the right, and then taking them in the other direction to the left. Just begin to find what feels good, maybe even close the eyes. And then we'll find our child's pose. Bring the knees about mat width distance apart. Sink the hips towards the ankles, extend the arms. Just giving ourselves a chance to stop what we're doing here, reassess our positions, and just connect back to your breath. Reconnecting back to steady inhales and exhales. Staying here for as long as you need. If you're ready to move on, we'll slide our hands forward, finding puppy pose. Stack the hips on top of the knees. Melt the heart down to the mat. Maybe the chin comes to your mat. Gaze between your hands. Soften here for about 2 or 3 more breaths. Meeting back in our tabletop pose. Find a neutral spine, pull the navel towards the spine. On a breath in, extend your right leg back. Toes come to your mat. Begin to shift the weight forward and back, stretching the sole of your foot, stretching the back of your calf. Finding some stillness, lift the right toes off your mat. When you're ready, left arm extends out, bird dog. Fingers spread wide, thumbs pointed towards the sky. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Inhale to lift the entire body up just a little bit more. As you exhale, maybe you reach around with the left hand for the right foot. Maybe you find a bind here, maybe you don't. If the foot is in the hand, press the foot a little bit higher towards the sky, open through your chest, gaze past your left shoulder. Inhale, lift a little higher. And as you exhale with control, gently release that bind, returning back to your bird dog. Low lunge, step the right foot between your hands. Rise, biceps by your ears, gaze past your fingertips. Soften through your shoulders. Sink a little bit lower here. Continuing to breathe. Maybe you find a shift forward and back. Maybe you find stillness. Wherever you are, one more breath in. And on your exhale, half splits. Straighten the right leg. Flex the toes towards you, hinging at the hips. Think chin to shin. Here for 4 more breaths. Slowly start to regain the bend in the right knee. Bring the hands inside of your right foot for lizard's lunge. Heel toe the right foot further out to the right to deepen this pose. Option to linger here, or maybe shift the weight forward and back. Just begin to find what feels good here. Left hand plants. Reach the right hand behind, longing to reach the back of the room. Maybe you bend that left knee and grab for the toes for a quad stretch. If this doesn't serve your body today, release the left foot to the mat, keeping that right arm extended back. Find about 2 more breaths. Right hand comes to the back of the neck. Pull the chest forward. Reach that right elbow high. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, gently bringing the right hand back to your mat. Frame your right foot, tabletop. Taking it to the left side, left foot steps to the back of the mat. Find that shift forward and back, stretching through the sole of your foot to the calf. Finding some stillness, lift the left toes off your mat. When you're ready, right arm extends forward, bird dog pose. Toes pointed down, fingers spread wide, thumbs pointed up. Take a breath in, lift the entire body up just a little bit more. Take a breath out. Option to reach around with the right hand to grab the left foot. If you catch the bind, press through the top of your foot into your hand towards the ceiling. Gaze past your right shoulder. 1 more breath in. As you exhale with control, returning back to your bird dog. Low lunge. Left foot steps through, biceps by the ears. Take your time to get there. Sinking the hips towards the earth. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Begin to find that movement or stillness. Continuing to breathe in and out through your nose. Bring the hands to the mat. Half splits, straighten the left leg. Pointed toes towards you. Hinging at your hips, folding over that left side. 4 breaths here. Regaining the bend in the left knee. Bringing the hands inside the left foot, lizard's lunge. Heel toe that left foot out to the side. To create more space, sinking the hips towards the mat. Option to stay here, or maybe you find a shift forward and back within your lizard. Placing the right hand down, left arm reaches back. Gaze past your fingertips. Option to bend in the right knee, finding that stretch for your quad. Or maybe you just hang out here, reaching for the back of the room. 1 more breath in. On the exhale, bring the left hand to the back of the neck. Elbow towards the sky. Let the head be heavy. Slowly coming back through center, both hands to the mat, tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back, straight into the legs. Maybe you pedal your feet, bending one knee then the other. Gaze towards the thighs, continuing to breathe in your down dog. Taking the right hand to the left leg, maybe it grabs the ankle or the shin or even the knee. Gaze past your left armpit. And we'll switch sides. Right hand comes back to the mat. Left arm reaches for the right leg. Gaze past your right armpit. Returning back to your down dog. Begin to walk the hands to the back of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, upward salute. Arms reach all the way overhead. Exhale, hands together, hands to heart. Mountain pose, hands down by your side. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Gaze follows. Exhale, hands to heart. Last half sun salutation. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Hips reach up and back. Straighten the legs. Feet together. Inhale, right leg goes high. As you exhale, step the foot between the hands. Rise, high lunge. Take your time to get there. Sink the hips low. Back leg is activated. Biceps by your ears. Soften the shoulders. Take an inhale. As you exhale, warrior two. Right toes pointed forward. Back foot parallel to the back of your mat. Distributing weight evenly between both feet. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm reaches high. Focusing on lifting your chest and spreading your collarbones. Take another breath in. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame your right foot, pyramid pose. Left foot steps in about a foot, folding over your right leg, guiding your left hip forward, right hip back. Option to shift the weight forward and back in your pyramid, playing around with variations. Last breath here. Step the left foot to the back of the mat, high lunge. Reverse your arms, right hand comes down, left arm reaches high. On your exhale, cartwheel the arms, frame your right foot, downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Rise, high lunge. Take your time to get there, biceps by your ears. Gaze is high. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Left toes pointed forward, shoulders stacked over your hips. Gaze past your left middle fingers. On your next big breath in, flip your left palm and reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches for the back of the room. Right hand to your right hamstring or maybe even to your low back to find a half bind. Keeping that left elbow as straight as possible. On your next exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame your left foot, pyramid pose. Keep about a foot space between the feet. Folding over your left leg, right hip draws forward, left hip pulls back. Option to shift the weight forward and back. Or maybe you find stillness. Steady inhales and steady exhales. Coming back through center. Regain the bend in the left knee. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, high lunge. Reverse your arms, left hand to the right hamstring, right arm reaches high. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, cart with the hands down, downward facing dog. From your down dog, shift the weight forward, stacking the shoulders over your wrist, high plank pose. Slowly, slowly lowering all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Sending the left cheek to the mat. We'll find a half frog pose. Right knee comes in line with the hip. Flexing through your foot. Maybe you cactus the arms, or maybe use the forearms as a pillow. Just find a comfortable space here. We'll linger for a few breaths. Option to stay as you are, or maybe you bring the hands underneath the shoulders, lift through your chest, threading the right arm underneath the left, keeping your frog on the right side. Slowly unthread the right arm, and then we'll switch sides, coming onto your right cheek. Left knee comes in line with your hip. Half frog pose. Finding your most comfortable variation. What you do on one side, we must do on the other. Lifting through the heart. And we'll thread the left arm underneath the right. Right arm can extend to the top of your mat. Slowly begin to unthread the left arm, sending the left leg back to meet the right. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, full cobra pose. Extend the arms, lift your chest. Looking over to the right. And coming back through center. Looking over to the left. And back through center. Lowering the chest back to your mat. In no graceful way, we'll come onto our backs. When you arrive, hug the knees into your chest. Rolling into a tight ball, lift your head and neck off the mat. Maybe you squeeze the eyes, squeeze the entire face. Bring the knees in a little bit tighter. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, release the entire body to your mat. Setting up for a final resting pose. Let the body be heavy and settle here. Coming back to where we started at the beginning of our practice. Taking notes of how different you may feel now than you did at the beginning. If you're ready to move on with your day, slowly making your way up into a comfortable seat. Bowing the chin to your chest, hands to heart center. Closing out this practice together, one last breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Bowing forward, sealing this practice. Thank you so much for sharing your practice, your energy, your breath. Namaste.